Okay, so when we left off the last video, this is Act 1, Scene 3, I think it is part 6. And so here we've got, we just left off with this bizarre comment that you get from the Duke in relation to Othello. Adieu, adieu, brave Moors. It's use Desdemona well, which I think is, an interesting choice of verb, really. Use. Leave that with you. Look to her more. If thou hast eyes to see, she has deceived her father and made thee. So it seems to me that neither Othello nor Desdemona come out of this particularly well at the end of this scene. But anyway, my life upon her faith, says Othello, and of course, well, I don't want to go into much detail. But that's an important line in terms of the plot. Then he turns to Iago. He says, "Honest Iago, my Desdemona must I." So now it's my Desdemona. Must I leave to thee? I prithee, let thy wife attend on her. That Iago's wife's called Amelia, and we'll meet her in a bit, and she is going to help, just basically act as a kind of servant to Desdemona, and bring her after in the best advantage. Best advantage, I suppose, most favourable opportunity, it says at the bottom there. Come, Desdemona, I have but an hour of love, of worldly matters and direction to spend with thee. We must obey the time. And whether or not that therefore means that they consummate their marriage or not, I don't know. And is that important? Probably not. I have read critics who think it is significant, and so I'll leave it up to you. We must obey the time. So off they go, and then on comes or Rodrigo, who's been hanging about, and you'll notice this now shifts into prose at the end of Act 1, or up until Iago's soliloquy anyway. Iago, what sayest thou, noble heart? Which, frankly, when you look at it from what we're about to hear, is quite grotesque from Iago, but Rodrigo thinks he's serious, I think. What will I do, thinkst thou? Why, go to bed and sleep, says Iago. I will incontinently, when it means at once, drown myself. If thou dost, I shall never love thee after. Why, thou silly gentleman? Why, thou silly gentleman? It is silliness to live, when to live is in torment. Then we have a prescription to die, when death is our physician. So basically, death's a better way out when living is torture. Oh, villainous! And in this he means pernicious nonsense. But it is. Look out for the word villain. You get quite a lot of it in the play. I've looked upon the world 4 times 7 years. 4 times, I'll let you do the maths there. That I don't know whether that means that Iago's actually 28, or whether that's his sort of adult years. But anyway, since I could distinguish betwixt a benefit and an injury, I never found a man who knew how to love himself. Ere I would say I would drown myself for the love of a guinea hen, I would change my humanity with a baboon. Right? So before I would say, I would drown myself for the love of a guinea hen. So basically, guinea hen is a derogatory, let's say, derogatory term for a female, and I think he is revealing his opinions about women here. How racist he is or not is an interesting debate. How he views women, I think, is not good really in the play. So before I would drown myself for the love of a woman, you had done negatively. Have a look down here. Usually means prostitute. I would change my humanity with a baboon. I'd rather be a monkey Yes. What should I do? I confess it is my shame to be so fond, but it is not in my virtue to amend it. My virtue, my nature, and then virtue, a fig. And this is fig is apparently actually a derogatory term, usually accompanied by a vulgar gesture of shooting the thumb between the first and second fingers. Okay, so you can work out what that means. And I think when you put virtue and that word together side by side, you can kind of see virtue not to just mean nature, but virtue also to mean kind of goodness.